Good morning, YouTube. I'm back at the Salt Creek Recreation Area, and we are seeing some more of the coastal defenses of World War II. We are right here, and I have behind me two of the gun battery positions that held 16-inch guns. So that bunker I first seen was probably an observation bunker for aiming these guns. This is pretty cool. Now this is all rounded in cement. This would have been thick. They wouldn't have been able to destroy this if the Japanese ever made it this far. Got some of the 16-inch guns here. This is just one, so there was two here. You can see here the circles where they would have pivoted. That would have been something to see. Big old places where they tied things down, I guess. Anchor points. Dark room in there. Probably where they kept the shells. I don't know for sure. Maybe this was an elevator system here that brought them up from underground. Who knows? But you can drive through these with your car. Just another quick snippet of what we're seeing out here. We came back to Tongue Point because the kids love the tide pools. Got an awesome rocky beach down there with lots of tide pools and mussels and so on. Obviously, I believe these trees would have been removed from here. These have grown up since World War II, so they would have had a clear range of fire. I won't go and tape. Right down this road is another one. It's a circle drive. You can drive through them. It's one way, and I will get the back side of that when I leave here, go down and pick up the kids. So this is pretty cool. Trees have been growing up on top of it. Would have been something to see during World War II. Obviously it was never needed. Japanese did get up to the Aleutian Islands, I think, which are around Alaska. They soon pulled back from there, too far to go. But it would have been overlooking the sound here, or the bay, whatever you want to call it. And I'm sure that they would have had a clear field of fire. All this foliage would have been gone. So it's a wonderful Monday morning here. We're getting ready to head to Mount St Helens next. Go right down here to the walkway. Or no, there's no walkway, there's just an outcrop. This part is sandy beach, but over to the right is rocky, real rocky, and tons of mussels all over the ground, and tide pools and so on. This is quite a unique area. So far, we've seen a lot of places yesterday. Went out till like 7 o'clock at night, hiking and doing all kinds of things, but this has been our most fun area that the kids have liked the most. This would just be a nice picnic area. Trails go down there. I'm going to now drive around to the second one and give you some details about that one. Two 16-inch guns were installed to defend against enemy naval aggression. If they were here today, one of the huge guns would be towering above you. They were over 45 feet long and can fire a 1-ton projectile 28 miles. The red projectiles inside the tunnels are similar to those used during World War II. Designated as Battery 131, this concrete structure housed the monster guns of on bareback carriages. The turntables on which the guns and loading mechanisms revolved was large enough to turn a small locomotive. 300 feet up stripped peak, the 6-inch guns, Battery 249, was able to fire a round nearly 15 miles. 16-inch guns, number 2 gun, westernmost, was fired several times for practice. Number 1 gun was never discharged. So there it is, blasting away. And yes, it was all open in front of it. The guns were scrapped right down there. The missile age made the mammoth precision-tooled instruments of destruction obsolete as soon as construction was complete. As the war ended, soldiers departed and the wharf built on the west side of Crescent Bay was torn out. Owen Brothers, which got the contract to scrap the guns, used electric torches and dynamite to reduce each 16-inch behemoth to 500 tons of scrap, worth $30 per ton. The gun had cost taxpayers several $1 million. Soldiers are working inside with gunpowder. 16-inch gun in the rest position. They completed them right at the end of the war. Very interesting. Very interesting. World War II history right here in Washington. So they had generators to move the guns electrically. I don't know if you can even see how big they would have been back there behind those soldiers. Massive. One last look after reading all that. We'll take you to the second one and then we'll be down to pick up the kids. This is the middle area of the bunker system. They said this is where the 150 soldiers slept inside there, and then underground was the generators. It powered everything. They had mess hall and kitchens and air conditioning and heating to keep the shells and gunpowder at a consistent temperature. So this would have been the entrance to the personnel area. So this is the back side that I drove through as you make the loop around. This is basically, I'll just walk through it right quick, same as the first one we were looking at. So this had been where the second gun, this I believe would be the eastern position, and it was never fired. The one on the westward was fired. This gun was built, bought, made, installed, cut up for scrap. But they didn't know what was going to happen back then. I'm sure that was elevators to bring up the shells and the powder at the time of needing. I am 6 feet tall, and standing beside this shell comes right up to my nose. Can you imagine that hurtling towards you? 2,000 pounds hurtling towards you from these guns. I would not want to be on the receiving end. Look at these things. Massive, massive outcrops. There would have been their field of vision all cleared off. That has to be 5 feet thick up there. Sun's just coming over it. That cement is as good as the day they poured it too. They put some serious cement into there. It ain't cracked. It ain't degraded where you can just see the gravel. It's massive, impressive of what can be done and then become obsolete so fast. Hope you've enjoyed this. Something neat that I did not anticipate finding out here in Washington. Obviously, it should have been here because we didn't know how the World War was going to turn out. But I never even gave it a thought that I would run into it on this vacation. So I already covered this in my previous video that I posted, but I believe now that this would have been a lookout observation post, that they would have been able to call in coordinates to the upper gun, and probably on that post there was an instrument that they used. Maybe, I don't know. I am speculating because I wasn't here at that time. And so has quite an outcrop. Keep the fragments from getting you. But I'm sure this was probably an observation post now that I look at it, knowing now what I know, that the 16-inch guns were further up the hill that way. So I'm going to conclude this and hope you enjoyed it. It's a little treasure I found here in America, and we are loving Washington. There is so much diversity here. Get a chance, come out here and take a look for yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. Help William's channel grow, and hope to see you in the next one.